giving feedback itself is a gift. And I think whoever was able to practice giving that is a that's your superpower as a designer.
I think the relationship between the mentor and mentee is the most important things. Yeah, to me, a good mentorship program should have a healthy relationship between the mentor and mentee. We both are improving in the better way.
Hello and welcome to the Design Explorers, a podcast by the Agoda design team. Agoda.com is a global digital travel platform where you can book hotels, vacation rentals, flights, and airport transfer. In this podcast, we will be sharing the awesome work of our design team, discuss interesting trends in relation to design and travel, and talk about product design in general. My name is Nachum Yamin and I will be your host for the show. Getting good and inspiring guidance in the beginning of our career is crucial for our success to become great designers. That is where mentors play such an important part in our journey. Today, we're joined by Rachel and Peng, a mentor and a mentee who are going to share with us their mutual mentorship experience here at Agoda. Before we begin, we would like to apologize for the audio quality in this episode. Since we are working from home due to the current situation with the pandemic, we didn't want this to stop us from continuing sharing our design team knowledge, and so we have recorded this session remotely. We hope you can still enjoy your listening in the show despite that and appreciate your understanding. Let's start. Welcome to our 5th episode of the Design Explorers. Today we're talking about mentorship and I'm here with Rachel and Peng. Rachel and Peng, welcome to our show.
Hi, Nahu. Happy to be
Hi,
here.
Nahum. Yeah, exciting to be here.
Let's give our listeners some background about who you are and how long have you been at Agoda.
Yeah, I'm Pan Bantita Tipong, an associate UX designer at Agoda. So I joined Agoda last year. So back to that time before I joined Agoda, I participated in the PDC Agoda Design Challenge and I passed the challenge. So I have chance to interview with Agoda and finally I got my job here. Yeah, and right now I'm working on YCS. It's a supply product on Agoda. So if you have no idea what is the supply product is, I think our second episode of this Design Explorer also like have that answer, so you can listen to it. Yeah, and right now on this episode, right, we are talking about the mentorship program. So I'm a mentee of that program.
Yeah, so I'm Rachel. I am a senior product designer at Agoda. This is my 4th year in this company. Um, I started working with Pang, starting this mentorship program because I was very passionate about after craftsmanship, sharpening skills and in design, I wanted to do something more. So I work on various of projects such as like post-booking experience and consumer-facing products, um, all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of project. I kind of dabs a little bit here and there. And yeah, here today, I'm really excited to be here. Has been assigned to as a mentor to Pang, and we've been working together for the past year.
Awesome. So, as we mentioned in the beginning, today we're talking about mentorship and specifically mentorship here at Agoda. Can you please give us some details about what this program actually is?
Yeah, for me as a mentee, I think the mentorship program at Agoda is a program that helps a junior designer to improve their skill for both on-shop and hard skill. So by joining this program, you will have a senior designer to give you a suggestion. Any kind of suggestion. For example, when I first joined, I have no idea how to collaborate with the other people. Who should I talk to? And as you know, Agoda is a big organization. We have so many people with many different roles here. So at that time, Rachel guided me on how to deal with that. So yeah, I think the mentorship program is the program that help you to get the guidance from the senior designer. So they will give you the suggestion, and when you struggle with something, they will spot your weakness and help you to improve, and also help you to grow in your career path at Agoda as well.
Yeah, and for me, like mentorship doesn't exist in Agoda in any form before this. This was a learning experience for us to see like how can we build better relationship between designers, and how can this we don't know what this will be in the future. But yeah, this is a new program that we're trying out.
Can you walk us through how does this program actually look like in your day-to-day job?
Sure. Yeah. So, how did it impact me day to day is that I will spend about 3 hours a week for my mentees. I'm mentoring two designers at the moment. That includes design critique or how to pitch ideas or push back to stakeholder based on their daily work. But for me, that's basically a dedicated uh, an hour to 30 to 45 minutes for them to come to me with their questions.
Right.
So it's not strictly to only a weekly one-on-ones, but it's good to have like this fixed schedule for these sessions. And it's time for them to reach out as well.
Now, you mentioned that this program is relatively new here at Agoda. So maybe you can tell us how exactly it started, how long have you been doing this?
It started because I was really passionate about like being able to transfer the knowledge to some other less experienced designers. Not just because it's such a big company, but I also see the gap of how when we onboard new designers. I joined at Agoda when we have only 20 designers, and suddenly we have 50. And there's I see a lot of struggle between like transferring projects, and I was pretty like passionate about how can we be better, and like be a role model to other to onboard, to make it easier, to make the process. And also as a senior product designer, I think after a while, working on skill sets, I was looking for new challenges, like coaching
Mhm.
skills. This is what I never get a chance to do. So that's why, it all started there. I talked to my managers, and we discussed the possibility, how can we start this? And we kind of learn in doing as we go.
And Peng, how and when this program started for you?
Oh yeah. So for me, right, I joined this program since I first joined at Agoda. I think it's around like 10 months ago. Yeah. And at that time, I heard from my manager that we have the mentorship program, so you can join, and like we have some senior designer to guide you. So yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to me to join this program, because previously I work like on their startup company. It's only me as a UX designer here. I'm still not sure and have no idea like how to collaborate with the another designers. Yeah, so I think that is a good chance to me to learn from the senior designer here. Yeah, that is why I joined this program.
Now, since we also have here design managers at Agoda, how exactly we draw the line between the responsibility of a mentor compared to a design manager? Like, what is your area of responsibility, basically, Rachel?
For me, it's really about understanding like my value of what I can bring to the table, and align that goal with their direct reports. So as Pei mentioned, we spot weakness, something rooms for improvement. We
Mhm.
start from there and be very specific at the very beginning of the mentorship program on where we wanted to focus. I think that's the main difference between direct reports versus as a mentor, is that, for example, you will be only focusing on one thing like craft, or they wanted to be giving better presentations. They wanted to have better communications with their stakeholders. Those are the things that direct reports couldn't really foresee the entire process all the time. But as another designer who also, doing the design work, I'm more familiar with the actual process.
And Peng, how is it from your perspective?
Yeah, as Rachel mentioned, right? In my standpoint, the difference between the um, mentor and the manager is the manager will he will help me to set the goal, like help me to grow in the career path and see like which area that I can grow and how to reach that. But the thing is, he will not have a chance to look in the detail of the design in my like a day-to-day job. So where mentors can like spot that. So I have a chance to work together with Rachel and have a chance to showcase my design. So she can spot some issue on day-to-day works and give me some design feedback as well as the works process feedback as well. So I think that is the difference between the mentor and the manager. Yeah.
How do we measure this program and how do we know if it's successful or not?
Yeah, that's a really good question because like design improvement is a very tangible thing. One can be very clear is that actually seeing improvement in terms of design delivery. So the quality of the design is improved. That means the mentorship on craft is it's working. And also like how do we measure it is that we align goals, I guess monthly or bi-monthly with the mentee and their direct reports, just to make sure that the mentorship program is like not adding too much extra work and it's still relevant to their daily job. And but for me personally, like the success is just seeing my own impact on the others. That's
Mm.
like very, very it's hard to describe, but it's a joy. It's a very different kind of joy.
And for you, Peng?
Yeah, for me, right, the success is like the mentor can give me the constructive feedback, and I really improve based on that feedback. So I think that is the success of like joining this program. Yeah.
Did any of you had any mentorship experience before joining this program here at Agoda?
Yeah, I have once before I joined Agoda, as I mentioned, right? I participate in PDC at Agoda Design Challenge. So I also got feedback and suggestion from Jeremy and Sari. They are the senior designer at Agoda as well. So, but at that time, it's only the short time periods. It's only 4 weeks, I think. So most of feedback that I got at that time is about the design.
Right.
Yeah, but on this current mentorship program at Agoda that I have Rachel as a mentor, we have more time on that, so we have chance to work together. So not only the feedback that relate to the design that I got from Rachel, I also like can learn from her about the working process, how to break down the complexity and find a way to solve the user problem, how to collaborate with the other stakeholder. Yeah, so not only help to improve on the design side, but also help to improve in terms of the working process as well. Yeah.
And how about you, Rachel? What was your mentorship experience before joining this program here at Agoda?
For me, like I had a mentor when I was university. That's how my school operates. Is that every after sophomore year, you gotta pitch to your mentor so that they will take you as their mentee. And my school is kind of famous for like being really tough, but I was really benefit a lot from that mentorship 2 years with my mentor. I still stay friends with him. Like I still visit him every time when I go back to Taiwan, whenever I had a chance to catch up with him. And I know the feeling of successful what a successful mentorship looks like. Like I had a great experience. I had a great mentor before.
When you started this program, what were your expectation in the beginning?
Yeah, for me, right, at the beginnings, uh, when I first joined, my expectation is like to have someone to guide me, suggest me on how to deal with the issues. Yeah, as I mentioned
Right.
before, because before that I only one designer, so I have no idea how to work with like a lot of people here. So it's really helpful to have someone to guide me on this. And after that, I'm looking for someone who can spot my weakness and give me the suggestion on how to improve. Yeah, and finally help me to grow and become a good product designer. Yeah, that is my expectation.
I think my expectation was this was a very an act of passion. Like the expectation was that okay, I wanted to be a mentor and transfer the knowledge. That was the initial expectations. Um, yeah, but the expectations kind of changes as we go
Mm.
because you learn on the way that oh okay, you are not telling other people to do something. You are coaching them. You're guiding them with different frameworks. That's more important.
Right.
So I think the expectations of mentorship program actually becomes clear and clear as we go. At the very beginning, the first 2 months, I think that was a lot of just introducing to both of us to each other, knowing who you are, getting to know each other. The expectation was just that oh okay, we're gonna try this out and have something outcome at the end of the year. That was the very beginning. But I think as as Pen mentioned, as we go through the program, we starting to have a clearer goal of the expectation. What do we want the outcome is?
What sort of challenges were you facing in the beginning, and how did you overcome those?
The challenges is yeah, there was a definitely building trust is one of the biggest challenge. I think as a mentor, like it's about people. It's not about how you design this and that. And for me as well, like it's also imposter syndrome. Like who am I
Mm.
to coach the others, or am I adding extra burden to the designers?
Right.
I think those are the challenges is that are very self absorbing and like uh yeah, it was a big step outside of comfort zone, and there is a learning curves of like I said, like coaching versus telling them what to do. That this job is to guide them to figure out by themselves. I think that is the for me that was a very challenging things to do. However, I did overcome this is by on again like understanding the value, what I can bring to the table, and then be as specific about the goal as you can be. With that, it kind of helps along to ease those challenges and to overcome them.
How about you, Peng? Any challenges in the beginning?
Yeah, for me, right, I think as this program is very like an early stage, we don't have the concrete plan of like how program gonna look and what the process or approach that the mentor will give me to do. So yeah, at that time I think we facing some challenge that Rachel like give me some side work, and yeah, it's not like related to what I'm working right now. So at that time I struggle with like the workload. So yeah, it's quite like a lot for me. So I thought I talked to
Yeah,
her like,
that
can
was
we
a
yeah,
yeah. That was a really
yeah,
interesting time because like as the beginning we didn't know what to do. We tried role play, like
mm,
me as a
Right.
PM and she's a
yeah,
designer. We tried like practicing communication with fake projects. Those are failed attempts, but
mm,
it was very important lessons.
yeah. For the time being, so we learn from like what we what is work well or what is not work well. So we share it. Yeah. So right now I think it's better than the early stage.
So, speaking about the learning, what are some of your main takeaway or lesson learned so far for this program?
Yeah, for me as a mentee, right, of course, I got a lot of feedback. many ways to improvement by joining this program.
Mm.
And yeah, even though I got a good suggestion from mentors, but I will not get a benefit if I don't improve myself. So I think the important thing is you are willing to listen to the feedback and then take the advice and improve yourself in all the time. So yeah, if you do that, then definitely you will got a lot of benefit by joining this program.
Yeah, for me, like I definitely encourage every designers that after some years of practice in design, go explore outside of craftsmanship as individual contributor because it's a completely different kind of reward when you are able to grow someone else. The impact you see yourself on them, it's incredible. That was very rewarding for me, and that's why I've been doing that and still am very passionate about it compared to me like a year ago, a year and a half ago.
Do you feel this program and experience changed you in some way? And if so, how?
Yeah, definitely it's changed me a lot. I can give you some example. So I am an introvert person, so it's really hard to me to present in front of many people or in the crowd. So at that time, I really want to improve my communication and presentation skill. So Rachel helped me to improve that. She motivated me to present my work in front of the whole designer. So yeah, of course, when I present, I feel so nervous. But
Mm.
after presentation, yeah, I got a good feedback from other designers. So yeah, it's really meant to me. So it's made me feel more confident and more comfortable to do that. So yeah, that is one example of how mentorship program changed me in a better way.
I'm so happy to hear that, Pang. Yeah, as a mentor, like this entire experience has taught me more about empathy than any project I work with because it's all about people. You know, you're sharing the spotlight,
Right.
you're practicing being humbled, and it makes me more mature and sensitive when I encounter like conflict with my stakeholders or when I do designs. I have completely new perspective of how how someone who on board with this project would think, and through this experience it definitely makes me a more mature and more empathetic. Yeah.
So we talked about the challenges and lesson learned, but if you could go back in time and do something different about this program, what would that be?
To be honest, I don't want to go back in time and do something different. For me, I
Oh
think it's
wow,
already it's good for me.
it was a
But
perfect
yeah,
experience.
yeah. But in the other hand, right? Maybe in the future, if I can go in the future, I also
Mm.
want to be a mentor. So I think
Oh
it's really
nice.
really a big a challenge to being a mentor. So you will learn a lot of things. Yeah, how to give the constructive feedback and how to spot author issues and how to guide them. I think yeah, it's really interesting.
That's really cool. So Rachel basically inspired you to be a mentor yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to cry. Yeah, this whole deal, like, uh, it's a definitely a learning experience as we go. But yeah, same. I wouldn't want to change anything either. You know, we tried those fails attempt, and there was some issues, communications, and like self doubts. But those are the very essential part of, for me, it's an important lessons when I how to in terms of how to scale this program up,
Mm.
because right now it's only one designer versus one two designers mentees mentor. But if we wanted to taking this to a higher level, in the organization level, in the team level,
Right.
how do you scale this up? And what we've done, what we've been go through, are all very important lessons to understand. And yeah, I feel so happy to to have that feedback from Pang as well, like inspire
Yeah.
you to be wanted to be a mentor. Giving feedback itself is a gift, and I think
Yeah.
whoever was able to practice giving that is a that's your superpower as a designer.
So, based on your experience and a very good experience from what I'm hearing, both of you had, how would you define a good mentorship program for our listeners that curious and would like to mentor others?
I think the trust would be the base of everything.
Right.
Like you have to be really care and emphasize with another person. Like what is their passion? What is their pain? What do they want to learn from you? And the best outcome of a good mentorship program is that we both ended up growing to become better designers. That's from me how I would define it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Rachel. I think the relationship between the mentor and mentee is the most important things. Yeah, to me, a good mentorship program should have a healthy relationship between the mentor and mentee. So we should provide the feedback, and not only mentor that can give the mentee feedback, but the mentee also can give the feedback to the mentor as well. So yeah, make sure that we both are improving in the better way. Yeah.
And Rachel, I understand that this program is open for people, not only at Agoda, actually, we open this program for our listeners. So if someone would like to join Agoda and join this mentorship, maybe you can give us some details how they can do that.
Yeah, sure. So currently, this mentorship program that me and Pang is more of an internal project. But if you want to have a taste of it, we are collaborating with TDC Thammasat Design Center, which is the program that Pang joined in Thailand. It's actually online courses, so it's open for everyone. It's English speaking. We provide slots for mentorship program with Agoda designers with full scholarship. So check them out if you really interested in working with us. It's a short period of time for a month, but from the feedback that we gained so far from either the participants and also TDC themselves, people are really enjoying these sessions.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this inspiring talk today, Rachel and Peng. It was great to hear about your very good experience as a mentor and a mentee in this program. And I think it can be very useful for our listeners to learn from your experience.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much,
much, Nahum.
Nahum, for having
Yeah,
us.
really enjoy.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you are listening, and share it with your friends and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe to our show to get notified when we are releasing a new episode. And if you want to learn more about the work of the design team at Agoda, visit agoda.design. Thanks again for listening and hope to see you in our next episode.